All right, hey everybody, this is Anthony Griggs with World Events Insurance, worldeventsga.com, representing San Joaquin Black Biz, and it's Talk Tuesday. Man, today we got a great show for you. I got my boy, man, Jacob Davenport here, one of the movers and shakers of the real estate business here in Stockton, San Joaquin, but I'm sure he can, stretch everywhere you need to go. But we're going to talk about, man, real estate investing today. My man does a lot of real estate investing, real estate properties, portfolios, and we just go, man, just chop it up a little bit today about that, man. Jacob, man, what's up? How you doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me. Okay. Again, my name is Jacob Davenport. I'm a retail real estate agent in San Joaquin County as well as Sacramento County. I've been fighting this real estate fight for well over 7 years. That's just a little bit about me. I mainly, again, focus on residential real estate, but I also have a focus in income properties, and I'm also a multifamily unit property expert. When we talk about individuals that are looking to create a portfolio that can be a vehicle in a return on their investment and also provide tax deductions and all types of crazy stuff like that I'm more than open to sharing with you. But that's just a little bit about me.
Okay, man. So, man, just going a little bit deeper about you, man. Where you from? How'd you get started in the real estate business?
Okay, originally I'm from Sacramento. I'm a Sacramentan, a native, born and raised. Probably about 7 years ago, I decided to leave college and begin to acquire real estate property. And I fortunately had a good mentor who happens to be my broker now, Randy Thomas. He really encouraged that I obtain my license. And since day one, I've been reading. I've been a scholar of real estate. And it's something that I don't just sell the product. I don't just write contracts. It's something I believe in. I put all my extra dollars into investing in real estate for me and my family.
Okay. So today we're talking about, investing in properties and investing in real estate. And as we all know, that's one of the biggest ways to acquire wealth and to pass on wealth to your family and to your kids. So let's talk about, investment properties. How does one go about even getting in the game or even, making their start?
Good question. I get that question a lot. And, different people have different strategies or different ways that they were birthed into real estate. Mm-hmm. I frequently hear probably one or two, their parents were in real estate and their parents either left them some property or kind of gave them a jump start. Or the second one, which is a really common one, but I don't believe there's a whole lot of validity to it, is OPM. I got in by other people's money. Neither of those are my story or my testimony or something that I've seen that most people can relate to. I think we're talking about possibility and probability. And so I want to lean towards what are the probability of someone entering real estate with no money? That seems to be the question, right? Mm-hmm. And so there's three things you really want to work on. If you want to work on your education, your information, from YouTube University to a variety of books that I share with on my platforms, to getting into a mentorship to somebody that's already actively in real estate. That's a great way to have a great foundation and streamline your process. The second one is to work on your criteria or your makeup. So how's your credit? How's your work history? And how's your income? You need those three things. And so if you don't have affluent or wealthy parents that can give you this money, and you don't know anybody that can give you money, and most people won't give you money if you can't demonstrate that you understand the assignment and you can get it done. Mm-hmm. So then you're stuck with the reality of what most people, the more probable scenario is, you have to go start this on your own, put your own grit up, put your own skin in the game. So in short, you need to work on those three. And so I always hear people say, okay, hey, look, my credit's straight. I got my credit straight now. I've been on my job for 2 years. Okay, but I don't have any money. I would encourage most people, not all, most people that, hey, if you're on your job, your credit's straight, now are you putting up money? Because what happens is anybody can make money. I've seen people make millions in real estate and lose it all. Mm-hmm. So what does it mean to get into real estate, become a success, if you're going to gamble it away, if you're going to drink it away, if you're going to have this luxury lifestyle and have nothing to show for it? So if you have a primary job, let's say job A is manager at Chick-fil-A. I love Chick-fil-A, right? So you have a job, you're the manager at Chick-fil-A. Your credit is straight. Your debt to income ratio is low, right? You've been on the manager with them for 4 years. but you have zero to little money in your bank, you probably aren't ready to do this anyways. Because real estate investing takes some soft skills, and that is a manager of your own life. You're going to go on one deal, make 50 grand. That 50 has to go right back into your next deal in hopes to make another 50 or 30, or you get in some deals where you lose money. So if you can't have control over your earned income and enough understanding to be able to say, hey, I'm going to manage this management job at Chick-fil-A and put to the side $500 to $1,000 a month, essentially getting to 12 to 15 grand and say, I'm prepared to invest in real estate, I think that you have a larger overarching problem. So it would be easy for me to sell everybody on, oh, you can build it, you can flip it, you can do what real estate Jake does, you can have a mansion, you can have a yacht. That's not my testimony, and that's not the way I'm encouraging you. I would say work on your soft skills initially, right? And those are the ones we just talked about. To further that, the next thing I would say is now you're in a position that credit straight, employment straight, have a little bit of money on the side. You have some money to invest. The biggest thing I would say is go get an FHA deal. FHA deal is a government-backed loan in which it allows you to get into real estate with a very nominal amount of money, probably the littlest amount of money you can get. That's 3.5%. Okay, so what is 3.5%? I'm not a mathematician, but essentially in simple math, for every $100,000 of a house, it's $3,500. So if you buy a house for 100 grand, you come up with $3,500. A house is 200 grand, that's 7 grand, so on and so forth.
Right.
That is the lowest entry barrier for acquiring real estate. This could be a primary resident. This could be a multifamily resident. Either one is great. But then that's going to dive into the YouTube University I discussed earlier, or mentorship. You have to make sure you're buying property right.
Okay. But I want to circle back real quick to the soft skills you just talked about. Okay. Not very many people actually bring those things up. You always hear you can get rich quick, you can do this, man, do this, do that, you can get that mansion like you just mentioned. But they don't talk about actually preparing somebody and getting them prepared to get into the game properly. And that's getting the mindset of managing your own money, learning how to manage your money, so when you do maybe make that one lump sum, you don't go out and waste it.
Correct.
You understand that you're going to reinvest it back into your business for that next deal. I like how you brought that up. Okay, cool, good deal. So do you help people learning how to manage those soft skills as well?
You know what, this is what I do. There are a lot of very good real estate agents out there, and most people, here's another small mistake and adjustment I think people can make. Most of the time in choosing a real estate, we choose our cousin. My cousin has a real estate license. And if I was in court for, let's say, I don't know, a speeding ticket or a DUI, I don't drink, but a DUI, I wouldn't choose my cousin as my attorney because he's my cousin. I have to choose the attorney that can best represent me, or a doctor. I want the best doctor that can satisfy my challenges, not my cousin or not my brother. Now, if my cousin happens to be the best, of course, I'm going to go with him or her. But that goes back to another soft skill, understanding that real estate is a business, okay? And when you're making business decisions, you always have to work with the best. If it came to scooping the poop in my backyard, I want the best person that can scoop the poop. I don't want to come back out there and see little droplets, okay? So
best pooper scooper.
Yeah, the best. So in short, what I encourage is with people looking to if they don't have the soft skills, or they don't know what the soft skills are going to be needed to acquire a property, get into a space that they're not a servant in, right? You have to go get the best, right? And so anybody that works with me, that's part of my 5-star service. Not only do I help you identify a property, assess a property, but I also educate, right? I will educate you in the space of real estate investing, income property, multifamily. And I'm no accountant, but being self-taught, autodidactic, also with having a small portfolio of my own, I have learned the tax advantages of real estate. So now we're talking high level. This is not about writing a contract. This is about okay, I'm buying this property now. What does this mean for me in the scope of the IRS? And that's what probably our largest contribution annually is what you have to report and then cut a check for. So being able to explore that, and by no stretch of the means am I a master, but I know a lot about it, right? Because I'm trying to minimize my obligation. That's another thing I bring to the table. So as I back up, I just say, if you're going to choose a real estate agent, make sure you choose somebody that's buying property.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
If you want to get into the investment property business, use a real estate agent that's actually doing that particular business and not just selling property. That makes a lot of sense. I like that. I like that. So real quick, a couple of more questions before we wrap it up. Now, do you recommend, I hear a lot of things about buying multifamily properties first as maybe your first purchase or your first investment. How do you feel about that?
Another common, I think, myth in real estate, because when, in short, and when you buy an income property in particular, see, like when you're buying your house for your family, you're saying, you know what, I want a pool, I want a diving board, I want a game room for the pool table, right? That criteria is very specific because it's a primary resident. When we're buying income property, we are never buying the property. We are buying the performance of the property. So how does this property cash flow? You know, when you look at the expenses, your PITI, your principal, interest, taxes, insurance, your property management fees, your capital expenditure, you take all of those, bundle them up, right? And we can dive into that later. But you take all of those and you say, how much rent is it bringing in? And this number is going to determine whether you're net negative or net positive. And so what you're looking for in a property is, am I making money? And if you're not making money, that might be a bad business decision. But it really depends on what's your strategy. What are you trying to achieve? For me, I own properties that aren't positive, but the tax deduction I get for them blows that out the water. So understanding and being able to be mentored by somebody that understands this high level of real estate is, again, very, very important. And so, in short, I don't know if that answers your question.
Yeah, it does answer the question. You know, definitely you can understand how to go into the project, and if you're going to go into the project to try to just generate cash flow, or are you looking at the bigger picture? Maybe this property might generate cash flow, and maybe this one might be used as a write-off to offset my huge tax expenditure. Okay, yeah. So man, that's big thinking. That's big thinking. I love that. I love that.
Absolutely.
So man, so hey, real quick, why don't they tell them how they can get a hold of my man here?
Absolutely. Well, you know, before I even talk more about me, I just want to tell you thank you, Anthony, for allowing me on your platform. I think the world of you. I've known you for many years now, and so I will continue to follow your page, and I encourage everybody to share your page because I think what you're bringing, I know what you're bringing to the space of networking is something that is needed. And so, again, I thank you on behalf of all of us. But again, my name is Jacob Davenport. You can follow me on Instagram at realestateJake100. I'm also on Facebook at Jacob Davenport. I'm always available to phone calls if you're trying to educate yourself or you need a second opinion. All of that's free. Go ahead and reach out to me. I'm sure my link will be attached below, but definitely let's network. You have my information, and let's kind of figure this out.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So yeah, as he said, man, we'll have that information, the link below, so you can always get a hold of him. Shoot us out a message. Let us know what kind of video you guys want to see, what kind of information you want to get. We'll always try to get that out and provide that to the Black community. So hey, but what I always say is shop local, shop Black. Let's do some Black business. We'll see you next time. Peace.